My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Welcome back, folks. Hey, are you a single family property investor and you're looking to scale up and get into apartment buildings and syndications? Well, that's exactly what today's special guest, Victor Morales, has done himself. He's done different things with single family homes. He's got into multifamily investing, syndications. Now he's getting into a little bit of creative financing and wholesaling. He's got a broad range of experience. And zooming in from beautiful Central California, welcome to the show, Victor. Great to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Good to be here. Appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome, my friend. So we were talking a little bit off camera, and it sounds like in this, I think you've been in the whole real estate space for about 6 years now.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And in this time, what you've got the majority of your experience in doing is in multifamily syndications and a lot around the capital raising side of things. So what first sparked your interest in going from single family homes to multifamily?
Yeah, I always thought owning apartments was cool and the way to go. But like a lot of people, I just figured you needed, a boatload of cash in the bank, and I just figured, I just have to start small. So like a lot of people started with bigger pockets, and acquire some single family stuff out of state, because
It's tough to do in Central California, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. Yeah. So listening to Bigger Pockets, I came across a gentleman who was providing a mentorship program for apartment syndications. And I said, well, that's a ticket. So I immediately just shifted course, ended up signing up with him and started to learn that process.
Very cool. So tell me a little bit about that first syndication deal. As a brand new newbie with no experience, no track record, nothing, how did you get involved in that first deal?
Yeah. Yeah. So an apartment syndication is just simply, a group of people pulling their money together to take down, something large that they ultimately may not be able to do so on their own.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. Even on the general partner side, you come into that mentorship, and you immediately just start to develop relationships with other students, in the mentorship as well, as far as, and also, just some of the other more seasoned veterans in there also in that group. And so myself, at the time I still am, doing construction management and working on hospitals, primarily.
Interesting.
That's my W-2 currently. I came across another student who was a nurse, and I said, hey, I build hospitals. She's a nurse. Just try to make a connection. And so I reached out to her.
It's a match made in heaven.
Yeah, right. I was just trying anything really,
Yeah.
And so we talked, and then I'd say it was probably 6 or 7 months from that initial contact where I reached out to her and I said, hey Savannah, just wondering, what do you got going on? What are you doing? I'm, at the time I was looking heavily in Georgia and Alabama for apartments, and she says, well, actually, we have found something and we're looking for some people to help us raise some capital. Would you like to help? I said, sure. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of contacts. I have been talking to some people. So, just when you're starting out in that realm, you just figure you don't know a lot of people with money, or at least, I didn't.
Yeah.
So I was just talking to friends and family, coworkers, just whoever I could to just pitch, what it is I was doing or trying to do. And so for that first deal, I think I was able to help bring about 150,000 in capital to that, and then on top of that, brought about 50,000 myself. And so that was how we got started into our first deal in Oregon.
So in that situation, you're kind of a combination of, were you a general partner and a limited partner, or how did that kind of work? Structure?
Yeah, because so I was a general partner in that I was able to help raise capital and bring that to the table, and also help with some of the asset management as well.
Mhm.
But then also just because we also invest our own capital in that, we also get some of that limited partner benefit. So you get to double dip, which is
Nice.
nice. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. All right. So that's how you got in the first one. You've done several more syndication type deals since then. Has your primary role been similar in these other syndications where you're helping to raise capital for them?
Yeah. After that one, and then actually I did a joint venture in Alabama with another student that I had met through the program. A couple other people, they were able to just bring a large chunk of capital, and they wanted to bring a couple of other people to bring, a little bit smaller capital, or lesser amount, just so they weren't all in. And
Mhm.
so yeah, I jumped in on that one as well. And so that one's going well. And so
More
that
more on the passive side, or are you
yeah.
actively involved in that deal? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more on the passive side. Once again, just they've reached out to me for some little bit of guidance on some items there, just through my construction background.
Mhm.
But it's been passive for the most part.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and then after that one, and then there were a couple others that I did with my first partner, Savannah and Lupe, in Oregon, and it was a similar role where they just said, "Hey, do you want to help raise a little bit of capital?" So one of them, I brought another 100,000 to that one, and so I got a small chunk of the GP. That one was neat because I didn't put any of my own money, but just because I brought in some of the capital, they gave me a little bit of a fee for helping to bring that, and then a small portion of the GP.
Nice. So you got a little
Yeah,
bit of equity in that one as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So what have you learned about syndications in general and about raising capital in general from these experiences, Victor?
Yeah, I think I've learned one, you need to find your niche, kind of what I think what suits you, or what you seem to fall into, more naturally, and then you just got to attack it, and just really stay on it. Um, just because once again in my W-2, I did experience a bit of a setback just through like burnout,
Mm,
just going full bore, just always underwriting deals, always, at night, or at my daughter's volleyball games or practices,
yeah.
just wherever you had free time, the laptop came with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure your daughter didn't appreciate that as she's getting her amazing spike in there and her dad's busy on the
Oh
computer
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at deals.
yeah,
Yeah, been there, done that
yeah.
in my son's basketball games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's easy to get burnt out when you try to do everything. So what would you say in the syndication space is your sweet spot? Like what is your now that you tried to kind of do a few different things, what do you enjoy doing the most?
Yeah, I think right now I enjoy just trying to raise that capital, talk to people. It's fun. It's fun just talking about the deal, talking about the vision,
Hmm.
um, and that, and also, just putting some of my experience, once again, through the construction, to work as well. So it's fun just to do that, just because that is natural to me. The capital raising isn't. I was you always have that fear of asking people for money, but you just have to get over that hump and say you're not asking people for money, you're giving them an opportunity.
Hmm.
And if you're confident in what you're doing, then that shouldn't be a problem. You should just be able to simply say, this is indeed an opportunity.
Yeah. So what are you finding working best these days for connecting with people and raising this capital for these syndications?
Yeah, continuing to just talk to those friends and family, stay involved in community, and community meaning, real estate. So go into your local meetups, right? So finding those Facebook groups, to talk to, so we can communicate back and forth. Try to find some deals, and then also bring those to other investors as well. Play kind of more of a maybe connector type of role there. And so in that, I did that first mentorship, which was, a bit of a community, and then I moved on to the, another community with a more creative finance that also has a large community. So just getting to talk to all the people there, and meeting everyone there, just helps to just broaden, that opportunity, to help raise capital.
Very cool. Very cool. So what it lies on the horizon for you, Victor? Where do you see yourself going over the next 12 to 24 months with real estate?
Yeah, yeah, thank you. Yeah, good question. So with that, I'm continuing to just double down on education, and further just I want to be maybe a little bit of a Swiss Army knife of sort. So with the apartment syndications, like I said, that second community that I joined about 6 months ago, with the creative finance. So I'm starting to learn that, and also because of that, started to get involved in wholesaling. Um, so I'm really looking for wholesaling to ramp up a little bit more of that cash flow for
Mm,
myself. Um, the W-2 doing construction management, managing projects, that's 50 plus hours a week for me. And still and trying to run, start this real estate business as well.
yeah.
So within 12 to 24 months, I really want to see myself transition away from that and do real estate investing full time. Yeah, but always, leaning back to I still like the apartments. I think that's good. I just from what I've learned, it's recession proof essentially. What I learned there was, when we had the 2008, 2010 downturn, people that were getting out of their homes, they still have to live somewhere. They were still
Yeah.
making income, so they were going to apartments. So finding that niche apartment that's gonna still provide a place for those types of people in the event of some type of a downturn economy again.
Yeah, but as a syndicator, it can be a little bit challenging, especially when you're a, a GP, kind of like you've been, where you're bringing capital to the table. My understanding is quite often those scenarios, yeah, you're getting a little piece of the a fee for bringing in a certain amount of capital, maybe a little bit of equity in the deal, but you need to be bringing in millions and millions of dollars
Right.
for that to really translate into job replacement type income. Plus, you have to wait for the deal to kind of go full cycle to pull out your equity in that property and that sort of thing. So yeah, I can see needing a little bit more active income coming in. How do you see the whole, like, if you're working 50 plus hours a week, how do you see wholesaling working for you? Because you're probably not going to be doing properties in California. You'll be doing this at a distance, I would imagine. Uh, isn't
Yeah,
there quite a bit involved to get that business set up as well?
it is. And I think the saying is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm not able to go fast because I'm doing it alone. So I got myself a partner. Um, And then so I've got another partner from San Francisco. So he and I are going into wholesaling together. We've been at it now for a little right around a month. And I got a virtual assistant from the Philippines who's helping us make phone calls. So we've got kind of pretty much a full operation going with the cold calling going, using RE Simply as our kind of CRM to do the dialing and keeping track of all of the contacts there. Yeah.
very good. Wow, well, that's good. That's efficiency. Awesome, Victor. Well, this has been great. If people want to find out more about you and connect with you, what should they do?
Yeah, the best place would be to just shoot me an email. That email is Victor at SolaramPropertiesLLC.com. Solaram, that's my last name spelled backwards. So my last name's Morales.
All right.
That's SELAROM Properties LLC.com.
All right. I was wondering where that name came from. Now it makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, keep up the good work, and I hope the wholesaling works out well for you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.